episode something of the Shower Party Podcast. I'm Liam Salvage. Today we're joined by actual shower thoughts. Just me, free relating, like Robin Williams in the shower. Oh, what's this? A shower curtain? No, it's a wedding dress. What's this? A spigot? Let me put it in my ass. Oh, I'm gay now. That's Robin Williams as seen on the George, the late night with Johnny Carson. That's. Oh no, there's a monkey in here with me. Oh, we got a monkey in the shower. What are we gonna do? Oh, I'm hairy. Ah. Oh, now I'm gay. That's Robin Williams in a heartbeat. So he just the way he would free associate from gay voice to black voice was very inspiring. Speaking of which, I was recently thinking, what does antiquities mean? Antiquities. I didn't know what that meant, and then I thought, is that just like some urban slang? Like, are they just out here saying antiquities because it sounds cooler? In their rhymes. When you're getting taught poetry by your white teacher that came into the urban youth trying to teach you poetry through Tupac, do they say now antiquities? That means antiques. I was mistaken. It's completely different. Yeah, it's like related words, but they mean different things. I'm just going to continue thinking that like antiquities is the Tupac version of antiques. Like if you go, I don't know, you go to some rich community, you get a nice little antique shop, but then if you go into a soon-to-be gentrified neighborhood, it's antiquities, putting a little slang on it, putting a little English on it. Same with like a deli and delicatessen. I think delicatessen is just the Jewish way of saying deli. It's just like Italians say deli, and Jewish people say delicatessen, so they can emphasize their Hebrew nationality. Hebrew national. Just like the hot dog. We're free associating just like Robin Williams out here. Oh, we got a hot dog. Where are we going to put it? I'm going to put it in my butt. Yeah. Hebrew national? Yeah, no thanks. I do associate last week's episode of the last episode of the Shower Party Podcast where I spoke about the Mormon people. I use that as evidence that I stopped the war in the Middle East. Israel and Palestine, they're at a ceasefire right now because I brought them together and I was like, Arab, Jewish, what if we just hate on this weird little sect of Christianity centered in Utah in the United States? What if we just centered our focus around them? They don't really have an Iron Dome per se, but they do like to receive a lot of Iron Dome before marriage because it's a loophole by God. Why don't we just send our missiles over there and all of their carbonated beverages can't protect them? We have a common enemy in the Mormon people. So yeah, you're welcome, guys, for helping that effort. Me and the DOJ. Ooh, we got Hebrew nationals. Let's celebrate the ceasefire. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile has struck Israel. The Oscar Mayer Wiener, filled with pork, chicken, and beef, sent to Israel, deflected by the Iron Dome. It was the Sabbath, and they were kosher. I've been working on a fun little character with the hot dogs. So, like the typical, obviously it's a stereotypical Mexican. They're like the soft-spoken, be like, hello, my name is Oscar. I would like to give you some oranges. But instead of like, the typical guy that, racist people do. It's one of those soft-spoken Mexican guys at a baseball game trying to sell hot dogs, but he's not loud enough. So he's just going up and down the aisles. No one can hear him. Hello, get your hot dogs here. Hot dog, get your fresh hot dog for your fiesta. Oh my goodness, get your hot dog here, please. I really wish someone could hear me, but I just woke up from my siesta. It's Slowpoke Rodriguez as a Dodger dog fanatic trying to get off some hot dogs at the Dodger Stadium. Oh, get your hot dog here. Who would like a hot dog to go with this fantastic game we have going? Hot dog, get your hot dog here. Oh, and then he goes home. Oh, I just wish someone could hear me speak and buy my hot dog. That guy as a newspaper salesman in the 1920s, Extra, extra, read all about it. Hey, breaking news. We got an urgent update on the newspaper. No one knows what's happening in the newspaper on that block. Extra, extra, read all about it. What else is another loud profession? You're a chair breaker. No, no, no. Roller chairs don't roll around on me. I'm a chair breaker. Fat meal eater. Roller chairs don't. Office chairs don't roll around on me. Now that we're in a shower, here's a question for it. Why do hotels feel the need that a bathroom insinuates that the whole bathroom needs to be wet when you take a shower? Like, they hear the word bathroom and they're like, oh, I guess it's a room where it floods every time you take a shower. I guess we should take away this door that conceals the water just into the shower. I guess we've just this whole time thought bathroom the wrong way. It's not like just a general name for a place you use the restroom and shower. The whole place needs to fill with 2 inches of water every time you go in there. We need to reimagine the concept and take the word literally that it's a bathroom. Take it back to the old Greek days where it's all a bunch of guys sitting around putting their feet in there. Every now and then they butt fuck. That's what the showers in hotel rooms need to be nowadays. I think the guys at like Marriott and Hilton, they got it figured out. They know how to keep you coming back. If they just make that whole room wet, you have you're gonna come. I mean, it's so intriguing and something that you've never seen before that you have no choice but to go back to that same hotel and just drown. It honestly gives a little bit of structure to the whole, corporate billionaires or reptilian scum coming to this earth to try to take over. I mean, they're just trying to make an amphibious room inside of each and every one of their hotel rooms. They're like, what would be the best for these humans to go and stay in? Oh, yes, a very damp and moist hotel room. That's exactly what they need. Oh, yeah, somewhere nice and damp where they can relax and just relax. Maybe we should put a heat lamp in there so they can be nice and hot and wet. All amphibious. We don't need to put fridges in all these hotel rooms anymore because they're going to catch live crickets instead. That's what you do in a hotel room. You go outside and you catch live crickets and then you go back to your damp bathroom. No microwave needed. You get fresh crickets. That's all you need. As a Marriott Bonvoy member, I do think that we should go to the next board meeting as members, and then we just release a bunch of crickets in the room and we see what happens. And one of those design meetings, we try to sneak our way into there, say, yeah, I'm an investor in Marriott. I would like to just join in on one of these design meetings, see how things go down. As soon as the architect comes out, you're like, have you ever heard of a nice, delicious cricket? Release thousands of crickets into the room. See if he doesn't go crazy with his tongue. See if he just doesn't go try to collect all of them, Does it really save that much money to have only half of a door in a bathroom? Is it really that much money you're saving by just making mold all over that bathroom and only paying for half the glass? Does all of the water damage even out with how much you're saving on a shower door? I do like that they fold the toilet paper, though, all fancy like. Like when I was a kid, my mom would, if we were expecting guests, she'd fold it with a nice little design on the end, as if we don't shit. I think that's in a way for moms to be like, hey, now that you're in our bathroom, I just want you to know that we don't use this. This has been perfectly curated for your shitting needs, and if you need to use toilet paper in our restroom, we've never used it. That's why the toilet paper is folded, because we don't shit. Either that or we don't wipe. That's what your mom tried to insinuate when guests were coming over. Like, boy, we don't shit, and if we do, we are walking around with it the rest of the day. That's why we fold the end of this toilet paper. One thing about us, we're not using the toilet paper in the bathrooms. So go ahead and use it to your heart's content. You're not doing us any, disservice by using it. We're not going to use it. So if we run out, boy, that's a little something off our plate. We don't have to worry about what we're going to do with all this useless toilet paper around because we like walking around with shit in our pants. Bathrooms are meant to be shit in, That's what I don't get about those toilet brushes next to the toilets in like public restrooms. Wild when a gas station has one of those toilet brushes so that when you shit, you can just take a brush and wipe your shit all over that brush and then put it back. So that it just collects everyone's shit over the day. And then I guess maybe a homeless person comes in and eats it. I guess that's what we're doing. That's why they're in gas station bathrooms for some reason. I don't know. I think you just piss it off. That's what poop is for, is to use your penis as a man and to brush it off the entire toilet. Men should be allowed into women's restrooms for a 15-minute increment every 8 hours so that we can piss all the shit off of the toilet and then which is good, you know? That's what we do. That's our job. That's what we have, why we have purpose as men, to use our penises to take shit off of toilets. It's the perfect crime. Sir, why were you in the women's locker room at the 24-hour fitness? Sir, I was just trying to piss all that shit off, you know what I mean? I closed my eyes until I felt the knob of a handicapped stall, and I said, yep, these ladies are using this one. I'm going to go in there and piss all this shit off. Oh, that's all I needed to hear, sir. Have a great rest of your day. No charges pressed. You're good to go. What is nice about podcasting in the shower is I can look down and I can try count all the hairs that have fallen out of my head from the previous shower that I took. I just go down and count them and worry about being a balding man. The worst thing you can be in this country, a balding man. I can look down and count how close I am. The balding rate in this country might be why women are more attracted to taller men, so that they can have the appearance of a boyfriend with full luscious locks for just a few years longer, until the hairline fully recedes. The trick is find a man where the hairline starts receding on the top of the head, where they get the reverse yarmulke. You gotta find one of those guys that's above 6 foot tall, so you have the appearance in Instagram photos that your man has a regular hairline for at least 5 more years than what it should be appeared like with a 5'8" man, you know? You look at the top of a 5'8" man's head and you're like, oh my god, you're balding. And the camera angle is high up so that no one has a double chin. Everyone can see their balding head. But you have a taller boyfriend that you don't mind letting people see their double chin. You can take a nice, still a little bit higher photo. So ladies don't have double chins, but the man does, but he has a full head of hair. So it's a little bit better than being a short man with one chin and receding hair. This is the plight of a modern American man, is the tall to bald ratio. You have the perfect, like if you balded at 50 years old and you were 5'10", that's probably the perfect man right there. You're a little bit above average height. You have hair until you're 50. That's when it starts thinning and going very gray very quickly. Perfect American man. I believe I forgot. I believe I can fuck all guys. It would be very funny if I just pulled like a President Taft in this bathtub while podcasting. Death by bathtub while podcasting. Too fat, just fat enough to get in with a little bit of struggle. Too fat to get out. Forced to podcast for the remainder of my life. Kind of like a video diary to be left to my children. Those like a post-apocalyptic video diaries. That's this. But mixed with 127 hours, mixed with stuck in a tub. Just hour 200 of podcasting. Hour 200 of podcasting might honestly just be the full shift to go into Andrew Tate. You run out of things to talk about after hour 200 consecutive. You just be like, man, what is a high value man, Like, what do you need to be a high value man? Are we like going away from the gold standard and we're going to like men back every dollar? Boy, isn't that the truth. Men are just working back in every dollar. High value man deserves a high value woman, You gotta have gold for gold, There's no silver to gold. There's no alchemy going on here. We can't make gold out of nothing. So high value man plus alchemy. You can't make it, Something like that, if we could just make a course, a 5-week course out of that alchemy doesn't exist in the social structure We could be millionaires, and then we can have our very own charges in Romania. If we could just figure out how to make a 5-week course on how alchemy doesn't exist in socially, and how you can't make gold, it's mined through hard work. That's a little bit too of therapy. That means that you can become a better person. That's not what this the high value man is. It's you can't become a better person. It has to be given to you, birthright. That's what a high value man is. Given to you by God. It's kind of like a 1500s English king has to be given to you by God, It's the same thing with the high value man, It's just how it goes. Hour 300 of podcasting. You know what? Fuck being guys, Women are where it's at. Let's just we need, the women are powerful. Because, after hour 300, you have to do another, full, conservative liberal switch. And you have to do a 360 to get a new audience, but also continuously brainwash your existing audience. If you can't brainwash your audience every 100 episodes to just do a full switch, you're not doing your job as a male podcaster. You have to be able to get your audience to just be like, you know what? This guy's right about everything. I've been wrong the entire time. So let's just flip the script. Let's do whatever he's doing. That's the sign of a good social media guy. Those guys that you want your kids following on TikTok. Just being like, high value man? Yeah, right. That was last year. Now it's about women ruling the world. Girl bosses. You got to continuously switch up your audience and brainwash them as hard as you can. If MK Ultra in America has taught us anything, that everything is possible with the right, setting. You got to give them the right setting. You got to give them the right drug. You got to get people on your side, man. Hour 127 of podcasting is still just cutting off your arm for sympathy. I feel like that guy could have, he didn't have to cut it off. I think he could have just pulled real hard and took off his arm. You don't have to sit there with a butter knife and continuously cut. I feel like that was a bit much. I think I would just, did something else, pinched my arm real hard. I feel like cutting it off like an ISIS video is a little extreme for rock climbing. If that's the point you're going to get to in rock climbing, you might as well just cut off your arm at home where you can at least, enjoy it. Not where you're dying of thirst and blood loss. Get your wife to film it with a grainy Nokia flip phone so that it looks like one of those videos, Hey, sweetie, I need you to come hold this Nokia phone and record me while I cut off my arm so I can sympathize with the 127 hours guy. The movie really got me thinking. It's like the guy that after watching every movie, they think they're the superhero or whatever, because that's what I do. If I watched 127 hours, I'd be like, I need to cut off my arm so I can become a better person. I need to go and have my wife film me cutting off my arm with a grainy video camera so that I can empathize with this man on a deeper level, and I actually am the main character, and this is about me. But, yeah, I think that does it for the shower. I think showers are usually about 5 minutes long. This has been longer than that. Getting a little pruny in here. So I'll see you guys next week with a person. There's definitely going to be a person here with me next week. So please tune in and tell your friends how much fun Shower Party is. I know these solo episodes, people don't like them as much. I can tell. I can tell people don't click on them as much. But if you did watch this, tell a friend how fun it was to watch me talk about all this stuff. Word of mouth is the only way this podcast is going to do anything, because I'm not going to go on the street corner and tell people, because that's humiliating. So it's got to be you guys. I'll see you next week. See ya.